Well, hello, and welcome to another edition of JC Li, MD. I'm your host, Cheng-Ta Li, a quadruple board certified child and adolescent psychiatrist, and also a Melania Trump visa holder, again, not for my modeling, but for my research in transcranial magnetic stimulation and my fellowship, which I completed at the Temerity Center for Therapeutic Brain Intervention in Toronto, Ontario. On this portion of my channel, out of the Ivory Tower, I endeavor to really break down some of the research literature, in particular surrounding TMS or transcranial magnetic stimulation, as that was my bread and butter when I was still a resident in the Ivory Tower. But now that I'm out, I'm all about making that information accessible and democratizing that kind of knowledge. So today I'm really excited to introduce you to a paper by Li and colleagues published in 2014 in Brain. Li and his colleagues are based out of Taiwan, you know, my parents' hometown. I've always wanted to kind of say hi to that group because they've done a lot of work on intermittent theta burst stimulation. And in this randomized controlled trial, Li and colleagues basically compared sham theta burst stimulation, which is where you kind of have the sound, you have the coil on the head, but there's no actual stimulation, with continuous theta burst stimulation of the right, 1800 pulses. cTBS is thought to be more inhibitory, or it kind of like sleepifies this segment of the brain, and it's thought to be somewhat helpful in depression, or at least early studies suggested it might be. And they compared that as well to left-sided intermittent theta burst stimulation, 1800 pulses, which is more excitatory, tends to sort of waken or, caffeinize this kind of section of the brain. And finally compared all of those to a combination of both cTBS and iTBS. And the numbers were very, very small, but this was a randomized controlled trial, and so there were about 15 participants in each arm. And what they found was that sham and cTBS were sort of about the same. There was not that much benefit overall. Singular intermittent theta burst stimulation, or left-sided treatment, was better than both of those statistically, and bilateral treatment with the both of cTBS followed by iTBS was actually the best of the lot. And they did find a particularly high placebo rate. As always, people are hopeful. This is a new kind of cutting-edge kind of procedure that's different from your typical antidepressant medications or psychotherapy, but those people with greater treatment refractoriness, as indicated by the Maudsley staging method, actually showed, a blunted placebo effect. So this is, all good news to suggest that, iTBS in combination with cTBS or iTBS alone is effective for those people who have true treatment refractory depression. So a lot of things, to think about with this study, and obviously I haven't gotten into the weeds of it, but the idea of, is singular treatment with 1800 pulses, worthwhile? Do we add in, sort of the right-sided treatment when we're dealing with treatment, refractoriness after a period of time, or do we just start with both of these? And these are questions that were also asked by Fitzgerald and others who had previously used the longer-term equivalents of high-frequency left-sided treatment, so 3000 pulses, and low-frequency right-sided treatment in combination, and also, sequentially or independently. So is more better? And if so, is it just more of a singular varietal, or, both and kind of thing? So lots of things to think about. Again, the numbers were very small, and this was only a 2-week trial, although there were statistically significant differences at the end of it. So it suggests that if we were to continue, further a few weeks more, as a typical treatment course would be about 4 to 6 weeks, the lines between iTBS alone and bilateral theta burst stimulation might separate out even more. But I guess we won't really know about that until later. But until next time, happy reading and love yourself.